Hello, in this video I'm going to be showing you a variety of different clay tools and how to use them. Let's get started. The first tool we're going to look at is a wire cutter. We use wire cutters to cut off large pieces of clay. So think of it kind of like a cheese slicer.
Oh, so satisfying.
The next tool we're going to look at would be metal and wooden ribs. We use a metal rib kind of curved in our hand like this to smooth and compress slabs of clay. So it kind of helps push all those clay molecules together so they're nice and tight, which makes your clay easier to work with. It's a little more flexible, less likely to crack, and it also makes the surface a lot smoother. And here we have a wooden rib, and we primarily use these when we're throwing on the wheel. The wooden ribs kind of help shape your objects that you're throwing and smooth things out as you are working with them. They also compress the clay. Here we have two different types of modeling tools, wooden and metal. And we use modeling tools for smoothing and shaping clay. They can work kind of as extensions of our fingers to do what our hands can't, but they can also be used to add texture and other sorts of sculptural techniques to our clay. Next up we have wire loop tools, and we use wire loop tools for carving away clay. They're especially good for hollowing out clay forms. So if you have an area of clay that's too thick, you can kind of use your wire loop tool almost like a melon baller and just scoop that clay right out of the middle. That way it'll kind of dry a little more evenly and be less likely to explode in the kiln. Wire loop tools are also really handy when you're trimming a pot on the wheel. Here we have a variety of kitchen tools and a needle tool. Your needle tool is going to be your best friend when it comes time to weld pieces of clay together. We use it to score the clay, kind of like Velcro almost. We make it nice and rough, then add slip and stick them together, and that's going to help make sure your clay doesn't fall off when when it dries. You can also use kitchen tools to do the same thing. Um, Forks work well for scoring. They can also create texture. Obviously, knives are good at cutting stuff. And here we have a sponge and chamois cloth. So the chamois is really awesome at smoothing clay, especially if you're working on the wheel, or if you just have some rough edges, maybe you're hand building a cup or something and want to smooth the lip. The chamois works really well for that, and so does the sponge. The last tool we have is a banding wheel, and it's basically just used for spinning your stuff around while you're glazing or building. So there you have it, clay tools of all sorts. Thanks for watching.